watching, kids?
We are watching Racecar and Chill.
That's right.
With your co-host, AA Ron.
There's no race cars over here. So.
There's no race cars over
Just
here?
a lot of chill.
Just a lot of chill.
Yeah,
You know what? That's exactly what I want to talk to you about.
That's what we're looking for,
Exactly. We're not going to talk about the car. Let's chill with Hert.
All right, what's up?
All right, I'm going to ask you some basic questions that you've probably answered a million times already. But what got you motivated into cars?
What got me motivated?
What got you started?
Honestly, I mean, my first car was a Honda Accord, 1994, four-door. It was an EX though, so it had a VTEC.
VTEC.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Side note, my license plate says LOL VTEC on the daily.
Yeah, so that was my first car, and my friends at the time, my best friend at the time, eventually ended up getting an RX-7, and I fell in love with that car. And his older cousin always had a different fast car every other month because he would buy and flip cars, hook them up, sell them, hook them up, sell them. And so I was just around it and loved it, but I had a Honda Accord. Got rid of that car, eventually got into an EG6 Honda Civic.
Okay.
And love that car. I mean, still to this day do I love it. And that, you know, continued my little tuner phase or whatever. And then I actually got rear-ended in that car, got an insurance check. And the day that I got my insurance check, my friend was driving me home from work, and I see this white RX-7 in the corner of my eye at a used car dealership. And I'm like, yo, pull over. And I went there, bought the car immediately, and ever since then I've been hooked on RX-7s.
That was an SE?
It was a GTU, yeah, FC.
Yeah.
So it was NA, drove it around for a year, learned about drifting from that car. Like, I didn't even know I was drifting or like whatever you want to call it, but I learned that if I popped the clutch out with the revs up, I could do cool U-turns, you know? And
yeah,
so
U-turns.
Yeah, U-turns. And so from there, it just elevated into more, blew the NA motor, got a Turbo 2, 3-ported it, threw that in there, had fun with that for another year. And then ended up, the car started having issues, obviously, because I was a scumbag, didn't treat it well. And I ended up trading it for an S13. And then I was in the S chassis for a little bit, and turned 6 years later, or 6 years behind from now. That's when I got this car. So.
Okay, so how did you? Here's the $1 million question that every car guy has. How did you make the hobby turn into a career?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't make it happen. I was just doing stuff that I loved. So, you know, like I love drifting, and there was a time in my life where I actually couldn't afford a drift car and couldn't go drifting. So I borrowed a camera from a friend, and I went to drift events with my friends and filmed them drifting, filmed them having fun, and supported the sport just because I loved it. And that is what actually got me noticed by Hoonigan when they were just starting their company. And so I was just doing that for myself, for my friends, spending my own money, not asking anyone for anything.
Gotcha.
And it got me noticed by somebody who was looking for someone doing the exact same thing. And so they hit me up, grabbed me, and that's how it turned into
what it is today.
Yeah.
So that's a great story. All right, you heard it here, folks. Stay motivated. Don't try too hard, but
Just
do
chill.
what you love.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Plug your social media for me.
Hert Life, HERTLIFE on Facebook, Instagram, whatever.